Hi all, I am Chakita. In this video, I am going to discuss about what I understood in research publication and ethics subject at a high level. So, first of all, what do you mean by research? Research is nothing but a combination of two words. It's re plus search. Re means again and again, search means find out something. So, what exactly many of us will do in our research? A person observes again and again a phenomena by analyzing the data collected to obtain a conclusion. So here research means we observe a phenomena again and again in different dimensions to obtain a conclusion or a hypothesis. In this video, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to discuss about ethics we should follow while doing our research and publishing our work. It's research ethics and publication ethics. Before going to know about what are research ethics and publication ethics, what do you mean by ethics? Ethics are nothing but the moral standards or certain behavior perspectives that we follow in our everyday life. Like for example, we will behave with a person from our gender in one way and we will behave differently with the person from opposite gender. So ethics is entirely about what we should do, how we should do and how we should coordinate, etc. So similarly, when it comes to research, we must follow some ethics. Here we have to follow different ethics at different stages of your research. Like before starting your research, you have to follow some ethics. While doing your research, you have to follow some ethics. Likewise, after you finish your research, you have to follow some ethics. Coming to before starting your research, what are all the ethics you should follow? The first one is topic selection. Topic selection is nothing but choosing your problem statement. It's like on which concept you are going to do your research. At this point of research, you shouldn't select work which is already present or done by someone else. We have to select some problem statement which is not yet implemented. This is the basic ethic we will consider before starting our research. Next one is get consent permission. Once you select your topic, you must inform your guide or mentor that you selected this particular piece of work for your research and you have to get a permission like you can work on this and it's a feasibility and all these things you have to check with your guide or the mentor and get the consent permission to start your research. Then gatekeeper. While doing your research, you must do the right thing. You shouldn't do any data misrepresentation in your research. Then we have a human or animal experiments. While choosing your research topic, you must select your research area which will not use any hazardous or dangerous experiments that involves humans or animals. At this time itself, if any other co-scholar is there in your research means you have to give respect to them and you shouldn't cause any discomfort to them and harassment or any dehumanizing things. You shouldn't do these kind of things. It's throughout your research. Then what are all the ethics we follow during our research? First and foremost thing is to avoid bias. Bias is nothing but you deliberately attempt to either hide what you have found in your study or highlight something disappropriately or highlight something disproportionately to its true existence. So you must avoid bias during your research. Next one is plagiarism. Plagiarism is you are presenting works or ideas from others as your own. Either with or without proper consent, you incorporate others' work into yours without full acknowledgement. During your research, you must avoid plagiarism. Then fabrication. Fabrication is you are constructing or adding data or observations that never occurred in gathering data or running your experiments. Say for example, claims about results must be done on a full data set. But in your research, the claims made based on incomplete data or assumed data. So it's nothing but making up the results and you are recording them as if they are real. So you must avoid fabrication while doing your research. Then falsification. In falsification, you will manipulate the research materials, equipments, or process. Here, you will change research results to support or claim the hypothesis or other conclusions that we want to derive in your research. So, while doing your research, you must avoid falsification. Then we have salami slicing. It's nothing but you are making one research paper into a multiple papers, like you are dividing your work into different parts. Instead of a one paper, you are submitting it into the multiple papers. It's like improving your number of papers publishing count, like that. It's a multiple copies of a same work, so you should avoid that while doing your research. Lazy writing. It's nothing but telling instead of showing them. So when it comes to research, laziness is universally frowned upon because as a researcher, we are expected to always go the extra mile. You shouldn't be lazy. Next, flaws in writing. It's mainly about your quality of the paper, like sentence formations or spelling mistakes, etc. So while writing your research paper, you must take care about the formation of your sentences, grammatical mistakes and all spelling mistakes. You should take care of them. Then after you finished your research, what are all the ethics we must follow? First one is confidentiality. Suppose you work with some other co-scholar and after you finished your research and before publishing your research, you both had a fight, then you shouldn't take out this research and publish it by your own or with some others, like that. What are your roles and responsibilities during the research? You shouldn't disclose them without any proper consent. Then reuse of data. During your research, you could have collected augmented data or data through questionnaire or analysis data from multiple sources. So we can reuse that data not only to you but also to the others who are working in your area of research also. That data should be useful. So then transparency. When research is carried out openly and transparently, everyone will be able to see what research is happening and outcome from a finished study. This will mainly provide opportunities for joint studies. Then data protection. If you use any confidential data in your research, you need to protect the data from misusage. It's like your research is conducted in a way that is compliant with the data protection, like freedom of information, etc. Then right to comment. Once your research is published, anyone is free to comment or criticize whatever the work you did during your research. Like you have to accept them and respond them, or if there are any corrections, you have to do corrections to your work in a nice manner. Then acknowledgement. Once your research is done, you must acknowledge all the resources, like people who guided your research or the facilities you used during your research. So everything you must acknowledge. Then come to publication ethics. Once your research is done, you have to publish your research. So in this, first and most important thing, don't give lots of money to publish your paper in any journal. And if a journal is accepting the amount and publishing your paper in a week or a 10 days means it's a fake journal. Then next, check for clone journals. They seem like original journal only, but once you publish your work into that journal, the paper published may or may not be available till your degree got awarded. So before publishing your work to any journal, please check the journal is a proper journal or not. So you must publish your work in a proper journal. How do you find whether a journal is a proper journal or a not? So we use journal level metrics like cite score, impact factor, etc. These values are calculated depending on the number of citations made on the papers published in those journals. You can also find journals used by popular or top authors in your area of research. Then again, where can I find top authors in my area of research? You can find them using author level metrics like H index, item index, etc. Here we can have altmetrics. It's a measurement of how people engage with a piece of research. So here you can have a doubt like where can I find top authors or top journals in my area of research. So what is the genuine source? We can have a databases like Web of Science, Scoopus, where you can find correct or a genuine data. You can also get more details in Google Scholar as well. Okay, everything is fine. If there is some misconduct happen in my research, who is going to find that? It's Research Ethics Committee. What they will do? They will monitor ethical issues in research and make decisions to enforce rules. When they will do that? It's before your research or during your research, even after you finished your research. Even after you finished your research also, they can check and cancel your published work if any misconduct is found. I hope you all understand about what are research ethics and publication ethics. If you have any questions, please post them in comment section below. Also provide your valuable feedback in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Bye.